Hi everybody, my name is Matthew. I'm the Director of Integrated Fishing Systems here at LOWRANCE in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm going to walk you guys through a little bit of a setup of some networking that we use in the LOWRANCE products. So when we talk about networking, you know, a lot of guys ask, how do I connect this thing to that thing or that thing to this thing, whatever. So in LOWRANCE, in our displays, in Elite FS and HDS Pro, we have two kinds of networking, Ethernet and we have NMEA 2000. I'm going to show you quickly why we need both. So Ethernet is, kind of our messaging system. So this is our Ethernet connector here. It's got our yellow connector on the end. These are quick twist lock waterproof connectors. But this is sort of your kind of high data bandwidth data, things like pictures, images, that kind of stuff. So this is how you'll get, your active target picture from your module to your display. This is how you'll share a CMAP chart card between two displays. So if you've got, a display at your console and a display at your bow, and you want to only buy one CMAP card, you plug it into any SD card in the network through Ethernet, it'll share that cartography data. It's also how you plug in things like radars. It's how you keep a live running database of all of your waypoints and stuff between LOWRANCE displays. So that's how you'll use Ethernet. The one we probably get the most questions about though is NMEA 2000. So we'll talk a little bit about what a NMEA network is and how you set one up. But basically, what you'll do is you'll buy a NMEA 2000 starter kit. That'll be this box right here, and you'll get a few T connectors and some other cables in that box. But basically, NMEA 2000 is an industry standard that anybody who makes products for for use in a marine environment can make a device that sits on NMEA 2000. That's what we call it. So those are kind of standard messages that basically anything that's on NMEA 2000 can hear, listen, understand, react to, whatever. So this is more sort of low data bandwidth data. So if you think about like your digital depth and temperature numbers, your RPMs and temperatures from your outboard, telling your audio system volume up, volume down, skip track, whatever, telling a LOWRANCE trolling motor turn left here, turn right there. All of that stuff is a lot less data than what you're going to get in Ethernet. So that's why it goes over NMEA 2000. But the NMEA Council, sets how we build these networks. So the most basic part is going to be what we call a T connector. That's this little guy right here. So you'll have one of these for every device in your boat that you want to connect to NMEA 2000. So these build what we call a backbone. So what you'll do is you'll just take them and plug them together in a line so that you have a T connector for every device that you want to connect. So just plug them together like that. They all have threads on the connectors, so they all just sort of twist lock to lock into place. But this is a pretty basic NMEA 2000 backbone right here. If you have more devices, you'll have more T's, obviously. So you'll have one for every device you want to connect. Then you'll also get what we call terminators. So these are just little 120 ohm resistors that go on the end of a backbone. So you'll just plug one into one end and one end to the other end. And these just kind of put a stop on your backbone so that the network knows, hey, this is the end of the T, right? So you'll only put them on the ends. If you end up with an empty drop on a backbone or something up here, don't plug them in up here. You'll cause problems with your NMEA network, but they're designed to go on the end of the backbones like this. The next piece you'll have is what we call a drop cable. So these come in a whole bunch of different lengths, but these are how you'll connect your devices, whether it's a 0.1 antenna, a LOWRANCE trolling motor, your outboard, your displays. That's how you'll connect those things to your backbone. So you'll have one of these that goes from a T to the device all over the boat, wherever you've got things you want to plug in. The last piece that's going to come with your starter kit is going to be the power cable. So this NMEA backbone actually has to have its own 12 volt power supply sent to it. So this is pretty standard, just positive and negative, red and black on one end with a fuse, and then the NMEA 2000 connector on the other end, right? So what you'll do is you'll take this and you'll actually plug this into one of these drops on this backbone. If I can find the key there. There we go. Screw it in place so it's locked into. So you'll have one of these dedicated for power, and then you'll have other T's for all your drops to your other devices. So one thing you'll want to do, especially if you have a larger backbone, a handful of displays plugged in here or a handful of T's plugged in here, is you'll want to take this power and put it as close to the center of the backbone as you can get it. So that way you're getting equal power distribution to both sides of the network once you get that power put in. So that's just a quick overview of NMEA 2000 and Ethernet and why you need both.